behind the scenes with future country rock blues kings and queens. Discover them first with Palm Bash TV. Palm Bash TV.
Well, hello there. It's Paul Mash TV time again. Thank you so much for joining us. We got another great interview coming up shortly. But if you haven't yet, click that subscribe button and bell button, and you're always going to be notified of any new episodes coming your way. And leave a comment on the comment section if you like. We'd love to hear from you there. And if you pay attention to the description part as well as the closing credits at the end of the show, you're going to find contact info so you can contact me. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. From Newton, Upper Falls, Massachusetts today, we have Chris Steele. And he's another awesome artist, I think you're going to agree. And we're going to get to that in a second. But first, here's a quick word from the King Gordon Show. So don't go away, we'll be right back right after this.
It is Caden from the Caden Gordon Show. Today's best country mix. Check out my show at thecadengordonshow.com.
Okay, we're back, and with us from Newton, Upper Falls, Massachusetts, we have Chris Steele with us today. Thanks for joining us, Chris.
Absolutely my pleasure, Paul. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, no problem. How did it all begin for you as far as being an artist goes? I mean, I guess you've always wanted to be one since you were a little kid. Maybe you fell into it much later. Everybody's got their own story, so what's your story?
Everybody's got their own story. For me, it was I always wanted to play instruments. Always wanted to make a lot of big noise and do all kinds of fun things like that. When I was a teenager, I took guitar lessons. I guess when I was about 12, and stuck with it for about 6 months. And I couldn't stand it. I just couldn't stand it. But then a little bit later on, when I was about like 14, 15, a lot of my friends started making, forming bands and things of that nature. I picked it up and really kind of taught myself. And one of the things that I learned pretty early on was I was a better songwriter than I was like a true technical guitarist. Now that's changed over the years as I've practiced and experimented and done kind of things. But I recognized that I had value to my friends by being able to play songs that we could then all play together. And then also, just eventually found out I had something to say. So, that's pretty much how it all happened. And then, here we are a long time later.
Well, that's quite a story. I'm glad that you discovered your passion for music and it's really progressed. And I think you'll be around for plenty of years to come. So, what were some of the bands you grew up with that helped influence you? I mean, I'm sure there's a few to come to mind that are legendary.
Oh God, it's unfortunately it's not the kind of music I play, but I grew up listening to Yes and Pink Floyd and things of that nature, and Rush in particular. But I also ended up listening to a lot of Tom Petty and Fleetwood Mac and Neil Young and things of that nature. So I guess what it came into was that, the bands like Yes and Rush forced me to practice guitar, forced me to learn the craft, forced me to learn the technical so that I could, make those incredible sounds. But then, the art of telling the story really came from the other ones. Of really kind of, Tom Petty in particular was such an incredible storyteller and such an observer of life. That that really colored how I approach songwriting more than I recognized for a long time until I really started to take a look back at it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, those are some really good ones there. You mentioned Yes, and I think you said Tom Petty and so forth. Those are really great bands. And I guess I kind of see that in your sound a little bit too. But now, people after watching this video, we're going to be watching in a minute or so, they might want to find more ways to get your stuff. I'm sure you're on all streaming, you're on social media, maybe you have an official website. I mean, tell everybody where we can find you.
I do. You go ahead and go to chrissteeleband.com. So that's CHRISSTEELEBAND.com. And if you go in there, there are all kinds of different pages that'll give you everything from where I'm playing that particular month in the calendar, or through to links to where you can find the music, or quite frankly, also the bit of writing that I do that just lets people know kind of what I'm up to and kind of what I'm thinking on a regular basis. It's been a lot of fun. I've been able to pick up a lot of good fans along the way. Just because of some of the other things I do in life, I end up being on the road a lot. So you might find thoughts in there, or people kind of coming online or into my social media from here in Massachusetts or up in Alberta, or elsewhere in like the Midwest or even overseas. So it's a great community of both listeners as well as other artists. So it's been great.
Okay, so we should be able to find you on all streaming platforms, all social
Yes, sir.
all that. Okay, we'll go to the ChrisSteeleBand.com, I think you said, and check out everything there. And I'm sure we would have links to all those places, so
Absolutely.
you can check that out. I know he'll love you for that too. Okay, we're getting ready to play the song "Damaged Goods," I guess is the name of the song. Is there a story behind that? I'm sure you give us a little idea about that.
Sure, it is actually, there is a little bit of a story behind it. I was coming up on a momentous birthday, and I was just kind of like thinking back at how I thought about things as a kid, and how I thought of certain ages as certain milestones where in fact like old would be the label to be applied. And damaged goods is really just my reaction to the fact that life keeps on going, so you just keep on living. So it's really, you'll hear that in the song. And there's a little bit of we were talking about Fleetwood Mac and things before. There's a little bit of a Fleetwood Mac influence in that, I think.
Okay, well, I think you all are going to enjoy this song, and we're going to get to that in a second. But Chris, I want to thank you for coming on the show today. If you ever want to come back, let me know, and I'll have you back again sometime. You can plug something new for us.
Thank you so much for having me, and I really look forward to that.
Okay, and here it is, "Damaged Goods" by Chris Steele. Begins right now.
Maybe I've flown too many miles above the clouds. Maybe I've known too many loves. For all I know, there's someone trying to save me there from up above. Maybe I've got too many loads upon my back to ever want to walk upright. Too many scars upon my soul to feel that everything's alright. Alright. I still think there'll come a time from memory space with some forgotten rhyme, with all the storms that I withstood. I still don't think that I'm damaged goods. What if the dreams we made were castles in the sky? What if I ever lose your heart? What if we lose our nerve and finally let it fall apart? And I still think there'll come a time, and I know that we'll see the signs. I've explained, you understood. I still don't think that I'm damaged goods. All of my dreams are just rust glued to plastic. All of my dreams are just missing the night. I don't know how to find the fantastic. I don't know how to make all of this alright. Alright. And I still think there'll come a time then I know that we'll see the signs. You'll finally see I said you would. I still don't think that I'm damaged goods. No, not damaged goods. No.